of your choices is you taking accountability for the direction you want your life to go in. The choices you make determine the type of future you will have and the type of overall life you will live. Hi, my name is Emmy. Thank you for coming back to my channel and thank you for watching this video. Taking accountability of the choices you have been making and just taking accountability of your life in general is becoming aware of what you've been doing with your life, what choices you have made, and what you are comfortable with in the long run. Over the span of the last couple of weeks, I have been coming out of a rut or a slump. I've made a previous video about it, but the biggest thing that I learned while I was in that state was the accountability of my actions and how they were contributing to me staying in that slump. If you've been in a rut, you know that whenever you're in that state or whenever you're feeling down and unmotivated and just like shit, you don't want to do anything. You don't feel like doing anything. You just want to lay in your bed all day. You just want to be sad. But everything flipped whenever I realized that in that moment, I'm not going to feel like doing anything. I'm not going to feel like working out. I'm not going to feel like eating good. I'm not going to feel like doing anything. But that does not mean that I don't have to do it. I didn't like the state I was in. I didn't like how I was feeling. And I had to see how I was contributing to staying that way. And by me not doing anything, by me not feeling like doing anything, it was leading to me staying in that rut. And so this is where self-discipline kicked in and being aware of what choices I was making. In the morning when I woke up and I would just scroll for hours on TikTok, nobody forced my phone into my hand and forced me to scroll on TikTok. That was all my doing. And yeah, I didn't feel like getting out of bed, but that didn't mean that I didn't have the power to get up and get out of bed and go work out even if I don't feel like it. And with self-discipline, I was beginning to do the things I didn't feel like doing and didn't want to do so that I can benefit my future self and I can help myself to eventually get out of the rut, even though right now it feels like hell. And with that experience, it made me start to apply that to every other area in my life. For example, one of my goals is to learn French. But how am I going to learn French if I'm not even choosing to practice French? If I'm not choosing to learn French, how am I going to learn French? Another goal of mine is to be financially independent. But how can I have that future if right now I'm not making the choices that are going to lead to me having that future? If I'm not learning about money right now, how am I going to magically in the future be able to manage a large sum of money and to reach financial independence? Learning to take accountability of the life that you are currently living is going to be the greatest factor in letting you have the future you want to have. So be aware of what you are doing every day and how that's going to contribute to your future. If you're saying that you want to be rich, how is you scrolling on TikTok now going to help you become rich in the future? You need to have self-discipline with your life and the choices that you have been making, and do what is going to benefit you in the long run. Do what is best for you in the future. And of course, this is so much easier said than done because there are going to be days where you don't feel like doing shit, but we need to learn to embrace the uncomfortable feeling that we are in. Being unfamiliar with something is an opportunity for you to get to know yourself a little more. It's an area for growth, it's an area to learn, and it's an area to show you something that you didn't previously know. Because we are never gonna feel like doing anything. Like, who feels like going to the gym? Who feels like eating clean for the rest of their life, right? Like, we never feel like doing anything. We always do things for the benefit. So stop waiting around for you to feel like changing your life. You need to take control and be disciplined and change your life for you. You need to think of the future and you need to think of the long-term results that come from what you do every day on a day-to-day basis. When you see someone being disciplined with their life and having set routines and being disciplined with their food or the way they live their life or the routines they have, of course, there might be some things that you don't agree with and some things that might seem a little extreme to you. But personally, I feel like self discipline is so respectable, and it just shows that you give a fuck about your future and the life you want to have. There's an upgrade that comes with being disciplined of your choices, being aware of your choices, being aware of how you're living your life. And there's a glow with you actually giving a fuck about what type of life you're gonna have in the long run. Like, that's hot. Discipline in general is the best thing that you can do for yourself. It's literally just being uncomfortable for a little bit in order to have the results you want to have. So take accountability of your life, the way you've been living your life, and again, think about the long-term results that are going to come from you living that way, and ask yourself how you can implement discipline in your life in order to have the life you want to eventually have. Discipline will literally change your life. But with all of this being said, thank you for watching this video. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.